Hello, I am popping on to talk aligned intention setting. I'm just writing this in the title, and aligned money making. Because I want to share some insights that have been coming through for me like thick and fast lately. So I went to an event, an in-person workshop, an MITT training in LA a couple of weeks ago. And it's, like deep in-person personal development work. And one of the patterns that I became very conscious of, which I already had some awareness around, but really just got to like a deeper level of understanding around, is that kind of like, I'm strong, I don't need your help, I can do everything by myself, like survival pattern that I think is really common in entrepreneurs and also like eldest children, and and how really at the root of that is a lack of trust. So, I've known that the remedy to that I know becomes the bridge to me receiving everything that I desire is collaboration, and is opening myself up to relationships and welcoming other people into my life, and having, I have very, very, very strong boundaries that have obviously served me up to a point, and they do serve me. And there's now a new level of life experience and results and self-expression that I am, working to create and to step into, that I desire to step into. And so this pattern has come to my awareness at this time specifically, I know, because it is the bridge to more abundance. And there's been different times in my life where I've really leaned into this more, and I've been more successful at like opening up and welcoming people in and having more collaboration. And there have been times when, I've been more closed down. Obviously the pandemic has been like a huge trigger for all of us over the past few years. And I feel like we've all gone through a bit of a cycle of being like really isolated, to then coming back out and being in the world and actually finding it quite exhausting and having to recalibrate to that. To then, I feel like it's more common now. Everyone's like, it's actually safer to be in the presence of other humans without worrying that like you're going to die. And we're really enjoying it. And we're like, really like, oh yeah, like this feels so good. I really just miss being around people. And I'm really a people person. And I've definitely had a lot of really, really strong online relationships because I've been a digital nomad. I've been, I've traveled to 18 different countries in the past 8 years and really been on the move. I've moved home like millions of times. But the in-person connection is something that I'm like, yes, more of that, please. So this conversation is about aligned intention setting. So, and when it comes to making money, like I've got my money goals, right? Like I'm going for my first 30K month, which hasn't happened for me before. My highest yet to date has been a 24K month. I've had many 20K months and 10K months. And I know that opening myself up to that is opening myself up to more people, right? Like not just clients, but collaborations and community and friendships and relationships that inspire me and that allow me to be more fully expressed and to become more of me and to access more joy and creativity and inspiration and opportunity to give and opportunity to receive. So that's been my intention that I've been working with for the past couple of weeks. And this was, I've already been working with this, but I was like, time to amp it up, time to take it to the next level, time to get a little bit uncomfortable, because I've been very comfortable. I created this dream business, this dream life. Like I live a super freaking cozy life. I don't work that many hours. Every appointment on my calendar is something I'm genuinely really excited to show up to and is energizing for me and feels really aligned for me. And, obviously I'm still building skills in other areas of like business and money management and all the things that come with growing a business and the different phases of growing a business. But yeah, I've been quite defensive around that free time on my schedule. And like, you know, even living here in New York, going up to meet up with people. And then it's like, it takes hours on the train for me to go from my like little castle in the sky overlooking the water in the Bronx and my like little peaceful cul-de-sac into the like big crazy city and getting on the subway. And that's always like, it can be a draining experience, right? And so my intention has been to open up more of my schedule to allow more people in and to stop being so protective over my free time and space. And I always like, I'm just in awe of how the power of setting an aligned intention just sets things into motion and like it manifests with seemingly without you even having done anything different. Obviously I have been taking slightly different action. Like I've been really leaning into bringing in incredible guests, really aligned and intentional guests into my podcast, which I'm really focusing more on money and bringing more expertise and conversations around the topic to support you with creating more money. And, you know, just like a few simple acts, like putting a post to ask for recommendations, getting a bunch of people recommended to me, sending a couple of Facebook messages out, and then booking a ton of guest interviews. Suddenly I have all of these amazing people on my schedule. I'm having these like really incredible conversations and it's energizing me. I'm growing my network. I'm creating even more value for my audience. Like, how cool is that? Not only that, but like I've had friends just like who I haven't seen for a long time inviting themselves over to hang out and co-work and have dinner with me here in my place so I don't have to leave to hang out with people. I've had friends coming to stay and like popping by, which like hadn't really been happening for me for a while because I live like a little bit out of the city. So it just goes to show like when you're kind of stuck in a story or you have some really strong boundaries or you've decided like this is my safe zone, as soon as you start to challenge that and shift your perspective and open up and set an intention for something different, we really allow that to come in. And that's really the difference between an aligned intention and an unaligned intention. When you set an intention or a goal and something feels like you're pushing or it feels like it's hard or it feels like you're having to do all of the work, it's not in alignment. And we always see when we click in for that aligned intention, that really is calling you forward into growth in the way that you're meant to experience growth, that will bring you joy, that will feel really good and expansive and right. That starts to unfold as if by magic with like very small tweaks in your behavior. Obviously that new intentional and like slightly bigger action has to be there in order for that alignment to unfold. But you move and it feels like the universe moves in like quantum amounts in relationship to how the moves that you've made. So this is really what I'm working with my clients at the moment, is really being intentional and tuning in to those aligned intentions and really giving them permission to grow in the ways that's aligned with their desires, and to grow in alignment with the ways that they're being called to, whether or not that makes sense, whether or not that like, you know, it feels possible or not, or there's, you know, mindset stuff around it or not. Because when we really get down to what we want, what's a true soul desire, and we're able to create a clear intention around that without putting pressure on ourselves, without trying to force something to happen, or without trying to like act like we really want to commit to something that we actually don't want to commit to, that's when we create flow. That's when we create magic. That's when we really become super magnetic to opportunity and things that fill us up and energize us in the doing of them, that really grows our capacity. And then we become a match for more abundance in terms of support, in inspiration, in money, in clients, in opportunities, in invitations, connections, relationships, good conversations, like peace, health, wealth, all of it. So my invitation to you is to tune in. What do you really want? And what is that next level intention? What is your intention? So my intention is just collaboration, like opening up my space on my calendar for more amazing people to come in and to enjoy it. Because relationships really are everything. Community really is everything. Everything that we desire beyond that comes through relationships. And to me, that is, you know, the truest form of wealth. And wealth is also not possible, you know, like monetary wealth, like support, is not available without people. So I would love to know what comes up for you around this conversation. What is that next intention that you know you're feeling called to get a little bit uncomfortable around, to create some uncomfortable changes around that you know is going to open you up to more of what it is that you're asking for on a soul level and that you desire, even if you have a little bit of resistance, or even if you have like some limiting mindset still around the fact that you can have that in a feel good, you know, easy, possible, and immediately available way. So I would love to hear what comes up for you around this conversation. And this is exactly what the work that we do in my high level container Freedom Club, my mastermind, where it's really all about alignment. It's really all about doing your soul work, putting your prices up, working less, like struggling less, but creating more impact, more wealth, making six figures, only doing stuff that feels aligned for you, only doing things that are so much fun, that you are so passionate about, and that it's, you know, obviously easier for you to create sales and opportunities for people because you can't stop talking about the work that you're doing, because you're so lit up and on fire around your offers, who you're working with, how you're working with them, the money that you're getting paid to receive that. We all get to have that. We all get to have our dream business. We all get to be bringing in six figures and beyond, and having the life that we desire alongside of it. The rest, the play, the freedom, you know, the connections, the collaborations, the visibility, all of it. It's all available when we build that skill of alignment, intentionality, and obviously consistency in taking action on our dreams. And so what that more specifically looks like for me and the way that I've built it is creating really simple group programs that I've launched that's scalable. So the more sales I make doesn't mean more hours on my schedule. Creating digital information courses, creating high ticket private mentorship and masterminds, and selling that through creative content that I love to create, that feels soul aligned for me to be making and sharing, having conversations I am super, super passionate around, and making more money than I've ever made before, feeling like I'm working less, actually working way less, having more time, freedom, and more flexibility, and living my dream life. So the link is in my bio to apply. You can go to withsarahmac.com/freedom club. I do have a special on until Friday, tomorrow only. Whereas when you join, you get 4 one-on-one coaching calls with me where we can really go deep on money mindset, on your business strategy, your business model, your high ticket offers, your messaging, your brand positioning, your alignment. So you are having so much fun, making so much money, and attracting dream clients into your world more effortlessly than ever before. And when you join in December, you get 10 months, 12 months for the price of 10. So that's savings of $2,000. There's over $30,000 worth of value. You get access to Create Money the Fun Way, my money mindset program. You get access to any live calls in group programs that I'm running live. You get all my masterclasses and bundles. You get lifetime access to Tell Stories That Sell, which is my signature program on or breaking down all of the messaging and content strategy. And it's really freaking awesome. And we have 2 calls a month. And you get a co-working session each month, and Monday to Friday Voxer access to me. So it's really, I get to tailor and support you exactly where you're at to really allow your dream business to unfold and make sure you have a clear vision for making 6 figures in the way that excites you. So please feel free to DM me if you have any questions, and thank you so much for watching. Send me some love and hearts and comments, and have a happy holidays. Bye.